Welcome to the Manual Channel. I'm your host, Dan Gaul. And today's guest is Tua Tagovailoa, the Miami Dolphins quarterback and now fashion designer with Perry Ellis. But before we get started, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Let's go! Tua, welcome to the Manual. I'm excited to have you here. How's everything going today?
It's going good, brother. Got 2 feet on the ground, woke up today. It's a blessing.
Every day we open our eyes, we're thankful, right?
Correct.
You've collaborated with Perry Ellis for a summer collection that celebrates modern island life. What has inspired you to take on this project? How did this come about?
I think the cool thing about it was, I was able to get in contact with Perry Ellis, and they sort of had this idea where, hey, we think this would be a good collaboration with you, with your unique style, with how you dress up to go to game days and whatnot. And so then it sort of took off from there. I think, for anyone to be able to have their own line or to have their own collaboration of a line with a brand of this magnitude with Perry Ellis, man, I was like, why would I not want to do that? And so, really the partnership with Perry Ellis was inspired by our shared commitment to, the things that they find is most important: innovation, style, for me, my culture, and just kind of gathering all those things up to make a positive impact. They deem to be as important to them. And so, me knowing Perry Ellis, they have a rich history of, I would say, pushing the boundaries of fashion. And so, that's why I think it's so unique to me, because for me, this is normal cultural wearing, but then it's also maneuvered into the modern day of style and whatnot. And so it's kind of cool that they were able to bring my vision to life, to be able to create something that's truly special and something that'll last, to the end of time. I mean, it's clothes, and this is something I'm going to be able to share with my kids, my kids' kids, and so forth. So I thought that's super cool.
Something to have pride in as well, right? And like, if we bring it back to like where you were born, Ewa Beach, is there like distinct style themes, ideas that you brought from where you were born, how you were raised, and how did that make that into the line?
I took a lot of inspiration from a lot of the clothes that I've worn over the years, and then growing up, some of the designs that I've seen. There's a lot of flowers that go on there, weaving of mats. There's also weaving of leaves that sort of mesh with some of the idea of what the clothing looks like as well. So a lot of it has to do, with the land and what in our culture we deem to be important to us, unique to us in our heritage and whatnot. So that's sort of how that transition of the line, the Tua Perry Ellis line, that's sort of why we got those on there.
Yeah, and what was that process like for you? Like, so that Perry Ellis and you came together, decided to work together. Like from day one, how did you come up with these ideas of the designs, and what was that process like for you?
That was a cool process. I'll tell you that. There was a lot of back and forth of me saying what I kind of wanted and then just pulling pictures of things and sending it to the Perry Ellis team, and then, creating something to send back. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. But like, could we change this a little? Could we change that a little? And it was so cool how transparent they were. And they made the process so easy. It's like, okay, if that's not it, that's not it. We're going to keep working at it until we get this thing right. My Samoan heritage was very important to me. And, I thought it was just a cool mesh, like I said, with bringing that together with modern day clothing, in terms of, man, that actually, like, you couldn't even tell that was there unless it was sort of explained to you, like, oh, dude, because it just looks so modern. It looks, unique, if you will. So I thought that's cool.
So people have that opportunity to buy it because they like how it looks, and then the discovery process, right? Of actually there's
Yeah.
cultural heritage behind this. There's actual kind of thought to that design more than just looking cool, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. What's your favorite piece out of the collection? Do you have one?
Dude, I would say the sweater polo. the croquettes sweater polo. I think it's pretty dope because, like I said, like leaves with how the mats also go, like with the weaving, the intertwining of it. I just think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing in our culture. I think it's unique to us as Samoan people, and it's cool that I'm able to share that, with the world through clothes.
Yeah, and that just this line just came out this month, right? In August. So like what has been the reception for you? Like when you've worn this around like family, friends, other teammates, out on the town, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I get some pretty cool feedback. Guys are asking me where I get that from, like what is that? And then I share with them that that's my line with Perry Ellis, and they find that super, super cool. Now there's some of my teammates that I was able to share this with before releasing and whatnot. And I mean, they just love it. So I think there's been some really, really cool and positive feedback from those guys.
Yeah. You're like, this is mine, right?
Dude, nothing cooler than that, really. I mean,
Right?
nothing cooler than that. It's unbelievable.
How would you describe your personal style outside of this line? What kind of inspires your fashion choices?
What inspires my fashion choices? Honestly, I would say like I'm such an island person to where it's like if that's what I see, I'm putting that on, Like I'm gonna wear it, especially to game days. Like I always like to have some sort of cultural significance just because it also reminds me of like that's the day when we go to church is Sunday. And that's what I'd normally put on going to church. So it would probably look to some people as if I'm walking into work on a normal Wednesday, into the football facility, going to play a football game. That's it for me. It's just flip-flops. I throw anything else on.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to find me with shoes or whatnot. I mean, it's normally just when I'm on the field.
Yeah, I love that. And has moving to Miami, it doesn't sound like it, but that has that changed at all? It's kind of a very similar environment, right? Like it's still tropical and warm and so forth. So like has your design style changed at all from moving from Hawaii to Miami?
I would say not necessarily, because I don't have someone that dresses me outside of like my wife saying, "Hey, like you should try this or you should try that." But outside of that, not really. I every time I go out to dinner with my wife or I go out to hang out with the guys, I'm wearing the same black pants and a white shirt, and you'll
Wow.
know that's me.
Yeah, yeah. I'm usually black as well. I don't know if your wife's the same way, but my wife will like I'll dress and I'll come out of the bedroom and she'll be like, "Give me that look," like you're going out with that on.
Yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
100%.
I'm like, all right, what should I change to? And I always say she's my stylist, right? Like she doesn't want to be embarrassed if she goes out with me. I love it. I'm going to go into a quick rapid fire round. Nothing
Bro.
crazy. You actually answered one of these already, but I think it'll be fun. You ready for this?
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right. Flip flops or sneakers?
Flip-flops,
Hawaiian shirt or classic polo?
Hawaiian shirt,
Favorite color to wear during the summer?
white
What's your go-to outfit on a day off?
shirt, shorts.
Is there a specific footwear brand you're a fan of?
As long as I can slip it on and slip it off, man, I'm good.
All right. Is there a fashion item you can't live without, like a watch or a necklace or something like that?
My ring,
Yeah. Dream car.
a Rolls Royce,
I love it. All right. Cigars or no cigars?
cigars.
What's your favorite brand?
I've been on a Cohiba train lately, but there's some other ones that I have. I can't come up with I can't figure out the name.
Yep. My favorite's a Monte Cristo #2 from Cuba. But they're
Look at
so
you,
yeah. Ultimate vacation spot.
Baker's Bay,
Where's that at?
Bahamas,
All right. And I don't know if you drink or not, but if you do you have a go-to cocktail that you enjoy?
Cava.
All right. So, outside of football, what's next for you? You have any other like passions or projects that you're excited about?
I'm solely focused on my craft right now with being all in with football. I would say after this is probably done, probably take a year off, spending time with my wife and my kids, being away from them, taking a lot of time away from them with football. But for the most part, I would say that's it.
All right, man. Is there, and second to last question, real quick, is there a question that you wish people would ask you whenever you're having these types of interviews that you haven't been asked before?
That's a great question, and I appreciate you asking. But no, I think the funny thing though is like after I go through like the interviews, then I were to go in my car or like hang out somewhere else, then I'm like, dang, I sort of wish you would have asked that because this could have been lost in translations. But I appreciate you asking. That's yeah, that's pretty dope.
Awesome, man. Thanks for that. And then finally, before we wrap up, is there anything else you would like to share with our viewers and your fans about your collab with Perry Ellis and your journey into fashion?
Man, I'm just excited to continue working with Perry Ellis team to put together some cool and comfortable styles so that you guys can continue to see the culture aspect of, who I am and where I come from. Hopefully we get some more people on board this project and we can continue to, witness and see the world through the lens of clothing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you sharing that culture with us as well and allowing us to have a view into it and be able to have an opportunity uh, to see this stuff. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you, Tua. Thank you so much and sharing this journey with us. And for all of you out there, thanks for joining us today. Have an amazing day. We are out.